Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going over a new planner that I'm going to add to my system. This is the Sterling Ink B6 Common Planner for the second half of this year. There was a lovely lady on Simone's Discord who offered up this planner for the price of shipping, which I thought was extremely kind and generous. So thank you to Tina for sending me this planner. I had been looking for an alternative for my Hobonichi Cousin A5 because I'm not in love with the paper. Now I know the Common Planner also has sans and paper, but I haven't heard as many complaints about the paper in here as the paper in here. So I've been wondering about that, if there's any big difference, like maybe Hobonichi got a different batch of sans and paper. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna test out the paper, and also I wanted to test out the format. The reason being, my Hobonichi Cousin, while it's been working for the last year or two, currently it really hasn't been working. Like, as you can see here, I covered up some details, but I do a lot on Mondays, and then the rest of the week I kind of fall off. And I don't know if that productivity or lack of productivity is due to my planner. Maybe it has other causes, but it's been like that for a few weeks. So maybe I just don't need as much space anymore. And also, I have been decorating it, but it's just not been as fun. Unfortunately, I did decorate ahead of time, which kind of sucks because I always seem to do this where I usually put on a show. Right now it's been One Piece on Netflix, and then I'll go through and kind of start adding collage bits to my planners because it's just like a therapeutic and soothing exercise at the end of the night. So right now I've actually decorated this all the way through September. Jeez. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to use this and the new planner because I'm not going to waste it. And I also went ahead and added like stickers to my daily sections. I knew while I was doing this, I was like, every time I pre-decorate, I end up not using that page or something in the daily sections. And of course, I was like, there's no way this year because I'm not buying any more planners and I'm not leaving this cousin until we figure out what we want to do for 2025. But when Tina offered up the Common Planner, I was like, I really want to try it out and I really want to see if it'll work for me. So once again, thank you so much, Tina. It is truly a wonderful gift that you have sent me. Now let's get into it. I love the note that she left and the little washi tape that she used to hold the cardstock to the notebook in shipping. I want to hold on to some of that and be able to decorate the journal. I did open it real quick to kind of check the format out, but I haven't done anything with it. So, ooh, this is very flimsy. Not flimsy, but it's definitely a soft cover, very bendable, very soft faux leather cover. It's got like a texture. I don't know what you call this. And it also has this like effect on the cover, which I guess I didn't realize from seeing other people's online. This had like a little marbled effect, so that's kind of cool. This is without the gilded edges. I don't know if she did that this year. I actually haven't really watched any Common Planner videos or like looked into it because I thought I was a Hobonichi girl at heart until, you know, it just started not working for me. So anyway, this is the 2024 B6 Part 2 Common Planner. The foil is actually quite difficult to read. I mean, it's not horribly difficult, but it is not as easy to read. It is like foil pressed into it. On the back we have Common Planner designed by Sterling Ink. Okay, it smells like a notebook. Here's the inside cover. I am afraid of breaking the spine. I'm not sure if it would show up. It is a very soft and soothing cover though. Alright, so I'm a little bit afraid of forcing it right now because I don't know how the spine is going to react. So we're just gonna flip through kind of like this. We have an overview of 2024. The numbers are actually very small. Let me look at my Hobonichi Cousin real quick. I mean, I guess it's because it's a B6 size, so it's not appropriate to compare, but it's very faint. for me. You can read it, but it's definitely fainter than the Cousin. Let me find the Hobonichi A6. That might be a more reasonable comparison. Okay. 2024, 2024. I decorated this at the beginning of this year. Oh, well, I don't use these pages, but these are tiny. This is the full year spread. This is the full year spread. It's definitely harder to read on the sterling ink because it's fainter. I like that the Hobonichi has a darker font, but anywho, here we are in June. The Sundays are darker, and then, or no, this is the week number. And then it goes Monday to Sunday. On the next page, we have 2 blank pages. And then we have goal breakdown. So it looks like we have columns, a blank column, a someday column, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. I guess like you think about your goals and then you write them in each square. Or as you could use a list too, but they have pre-drawn squares. I don't know, like, if I would use this page that often because I don't really see my goals in this fashion. I do have them broken down into quarters. I guess if you did like a branching system, you write your goals down and then you break it down into more bite-sized pieces. You could do that. What's this? I really don't like the font. It's like a light gray. I guess that was kind of intentional on her end to make it less harsh. Like, I want to be able to open my notebook and look directly at it without having to be like, oh, let me look harder to see what this number is. But that might just be me. It might be a minor thing as I'm using it. We'll see. Like, this stands out, but we don't have these pages in the Hobonichi. She has Q1, and by she I mean Catherine from Sterling Ink. We have January to March. Priorities, January, February, March. January, February, March. I don't know why you would need those if you're doing a part 2. I guess if you want to rewrite your goals and then see the progression or like remind yourself of the goals, but I would probably just go and reference the first half of the year, but maybe that's just me. And then on this side we have 1 month per column, and then it has every single day of that month. I'm guessing the circles are indicating the week ends, so no holidays. That's fine. All right, then we have April to June, so that's Q2. We have Q3 and we have Q4. That's fine. I do like that all the goals and setting stuff up is in the first part of the notebook. And then we go into June, calendar view. Hobonichi doesn't have a B6 size, so this is new to me. Oh, but this is what Hobonichi has for their monthly columns. So she has the months broken down into here, and then a daily for each month, and then this is just daily for each month. And then we have the months, pretty standard. We have the 6, we have June 2024. We do have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the prior month and such, and it ends on the 30th. She also has the weeks written in week 22, week 23, just like the Hobonichi does. And it is see-through, like you can see the 7 in June, but I think Hobonichi is also see-through. Partially see-through, sometimes. It's hard to say. Yeah, like you can see this character through Saturday. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, and that's it. Hobonichi, this is not an avec version, so I don't know what the avec would look like, but this gives you an extra few months beyond January. Personally, I don't think I need anything beyond January. As you can see, I already ended up using this page for a pen test. That video will be coming soon. So this is the weekly view, and it starts with the month up here, the week, and the calendar, which is similar to the Cousin. And then we have 1 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 3 Wednesday. Ooh, Monday starts on the 1st. That's fun. I love when that happens. When you get like a new planner and it starts immediately on the 1st. Which is why I need to set this up now, because tomorrow is the 1st. The package arrived just in time for me to be able to use this for July. So we have the 2nd week of July, the 3rd week, the 4th week. We do have these numbers here, which I don't think the Hobonichi Cousin has. It's got the 7, it's got the July, it's got the year, it has the week and the calendar. And then it has the blank column for that. It has the 8, the 9. As you can see, I actually cover up the what would be the symbols, the moon phases and the Japanese symbols. Nothing wrong with them. I just don't really reference them. The characters. And then we have the moon phase. And then also, these look like dots from afar, but up close it actually starts with the hour 6. So 6 a.m. or I guess 5 a.m. if you want to start at the top, but that's not written in here. And it goes all the way until 12 midnight. Okay, I actually regularly work beyond midnight, but I don't use that section. Hobonichi goes from 5 a.m. until 4 a.m. But as you can see here, what I do is I actually cover like the morning and the evening, even though I am often working into the evening. I just use it more as like a to-do list for the day, so I don't really follow the times unless I have an event or something scheduled for that time. Then I try to write it in. So I guess I don't mind 6 a.m. to midnight. And yes, the Sterling Ink Common Planner does have the 7 here, and this one, it does not. 8, 9, 10. Let's see what happens when there's overlap between the months. Okay, they go right into the next day. There's nothing wrong with that. So then when we hit the end of the weeklies, which by the way ends on January 5th. This also ends on January 5th. Hobonichi has like the weird Saturdays and Sundays highlighted too. This one eliminated that. So if you didn't like that those colors never matched, then this would be a good option for you. So then we go right into the dailies, and they are numbered on the bottom right hand corner. There's the 1. So there's no quotes or anything like the Hobonichi has. It goes all the way to 185. 365 days divided by 2 is 182 and a half. So we get a little bit over half a year. And then it concludes. On the very last page, it just says Common Planner designed by Sterling Ink. And then we have the end page, and it's over. So it doesn't have all the weird extra glam that's on the Hobonichi, you know, with quotes or things like that. There's no monthly dividers, and there's also no dates. It's all blank pages. I don't know if I love that. I might have to go in and number the pages for me, because the one thing I did love about the Hobonichi Cousin is that it is dated, and I know some people don't like that because they feel guilty if they don't fill it out, but I actually am encouraged to journal that day about anything and everything just so I can fill up this page. But you know what I could do is still journal in my Cousin, do the weeklies in here, and then do like overflow journaling in this, because I am looking for an overflow journal. I did buy another journal recently to use that purpose for it, but that one's not dated, so I could hold off, or I could convert it into something else, like a commonplace notebook or like a reading journal or something. But yeah, the Hobonichi, they have like 4 blank pages for you at the end, and they have a bunch of random like graphs and things like that. If you watched my Hobonichi Cousin setup video, you would know how I use those. I don't actually really use them, and they're kind of random and miscellaneous and not really necessary. So, okay. So that's a preview of the Common Planner. I think I'm gonna set it up. It is now July 1st, and I did not get a chance to fully set this notebook up and decorate it the way that I would like to, but I still need a plan, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of that with you and then follow up with a video, hopefully coming soon. I decided to use this Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mono leaf pen because it has an extra fine nib. EF 14 karat gold nib. And I believe the grid is pretty much the same size. Let me look it up actually. Okay, just some quick details about this notebook. It is Tomoe River paper, 52 GSM, white, the new Sanzen paper. It has a soft cover. It is a Monday start. It has a lay flat sewn binding. There's no holidays, no moon phases, very minimalistic. The grid is 3.7 millimeters by 3.9 millimeters. And then the Hobonichi grid size is 3.7 millimeters. So yeah, it's pretty much the same grid size, almost. I probably don't need an EF nib, but in the Hobonichi I would always write larger than that grid size. But I think with this notebook it might look better if I try to contain it, because it's a B6 size and it's much smaller. I feel like I should try to contain my writing in the grids. Normally I'm not really an extra fine kind of person. So this is the Graphom Faber-Castell Carbon Black. I don't hear too many people talking about it, but I actually really enjoy this ink, and it is kind of permanent. Not the most permanent ink that you can get, but still pretty good. It's like water resistant, I think, but I haven't really tested it too much. I do have to fill a cartridge with a syringe because I don't have that many Sailor converters. I got this bottle on sale. Whoa, I don't think any ink came out. I need to stop having these dropping incidents while I'm filming. Okay. Yeah, I got this bottle on sale from Atlas Stationers pretty soon after I started my pen journey. So there's that. I have to dip it in order to get it running because I don't want to wait for the ink to come down the feed from the cartridge. Should I do a pen test? I did a really thorough pen test for the other notebook, the other Tomoe River paper notebook. Let's see. I think I'll hold off on the pen test until I do the setup video because I just don't have the time today. So here we go. This is June. Ew. I never liked, as a kid, breaking spines in my like paperback books that I would read, because then it would do that. But I'm sure it'll be okay. Like, I'll get over it. And it gives it a nice like worn in look. Let's see what I can do. Oh, that is smooth. I had a very faint ink in this pen the last time I used it, but it didn't go well with the EF nib. This is Graphom Faber-Castell Carbon Black Sailor F. I really like it. It's so smooth. Look at that. Very nice classic black. The back side, it's okay. It has as much ghosting as regular Hobonichi paper, but I don't like that the text is so faint that it kind of blends in when you have something written on the other side. So, do you think I'll need a pencil board? Oh, it dried, so maybe I don't. Nice. Let's see. For my Hobonichi Cousin, I have this Pilot Elite 95S permanently inked with Diamine Earl Grey. Well, permanently inked for this year because I wanted my planner to look consistent during the monthly pages because it was bothering me last year. Like, I would write my plan in a few months ahead of time, and by the time I would get there, whatever color I was using wasn't matching the monthly layout aesthetic. So now it's all just gray. For this, I might try to start with this black, especially for transferring my monthly plans and my goals and things like that. And then I might venture into more, you know, ink colors. But I really feel like I need a piece of blotting paper or a pencil board. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but when I set up my planners for the year, I had these Hobonichi pencil boards, and then I taped a piece of tissue paper that you get during like Christmas and your birthday and stuff. So I washi taped it to my pencil board because I didn't want my pencil board getting all the ink. Plus, you know, the ink's either going to sit on the surface or just smear it around. But with this, I can basically use it all year. And I just insert it into my Hobonichi Cousin whenever I'm done writing, and it blots the ink. And last year, the one piece of tissue paper lasted me the whole year. And then at the end of the year, you can use a wet paper towel and just clean your pencil board. So I'll have to find one that's approximately this size. Okay, we're gonna skip the monthly because I need to reference my Hobonichi Cousin for those plans. And then we're gonna just go to January, or not January. Oh my god, 2024 has gone so fast. We're gonna skip to July, which is today, July 1st. and then write down all of the tasks that I needed to do. Also, another thing is I can never tell if I want to use cursive or print whenever I do these, and then I feel like I have to stick with it for the entire week. I try to dedicate one fountain pen per week in my Hobonichi Cousin, because then I know like what pen I was using that week. For example, last week I used my Currently ink stickers, and then I do a splotch of the ink with this beautiful shimmer, and this one was a Bennu Talisman with Diamond Memory Lane, and that was this pen right here, the Bennu Sakura Cherry Blossom Talisman pen. I don't know if I want to get a cover for this one yet. I do have a B6 cover lying around somewhere, but I might be interested in getting a new one. That is to be determined. I feel like I should follow the timeline, but I never do, so I don't know why I'm like, gotta follow it today. Alright, so what I had to do was pay off my credit card, and then I had to read up on contracts. What else? I had to like balance my finances today. There's also that Hobonichi, they sent out an email about having to create an account, so I'm gonna put that as a task for tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you don't know what it is, Hobonichi basically said that you have to create like a new username and password if you want to be able to shop from their site in the future, and they also upgraded their website into something more secure and I guess reliable. So if you want to like be prepared for the launch this year, make sure you go and sign up. I also need to pack an order for Etsy. Oh no, I smeared it, darn it. And our first mistake in this book. Oh well, it's bound to happen. Usually I like to use stickers and stuff. As you can see, I like also don't even use the grids that look. Like I'm still writing, even with the EF nib. I'm kind of like, the grids are just a guide. Alright, I think I'm gonna do the rest of my planning off camera because I am a little disoriented today, so stay tuned if you guys want to see how I set up and tab this notebook. Thank you once again to Tina for sharing this with me and allowing me to try this out. That was very, very kind of her. And I will be making a video to sticker this up and kind of like decorate the other pages. So stay tuned for that, and I will be posting a longer form video for that in a few days, hopefully. And until then, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks, bye.